Welcome to WP EasyCart. In this video tutorial, we're going to walk through how to create custom downloadable products. EasyCart can sell just about any good out there. It can sell retail items, subscriptions, memberships, gift cards. One of its powerful strengths is the ability to sell downloads. So when customers go to your site, they purchase something, they can immediately grab that file. And with EasyCart, we secure those downloads so that users have to go into their account to actually get them. It makes a great feature because it gives you some control. So let's take a look at this. You can see we have a basic WordPress site set up with just some demo data. And we're going to create a download. So it's very similar to just creating a regular product. I'm going to come over here to my product panel and I'm going to go add new. Now with downloads you do need to have the professional or premium edition. And this third box here says what product type. Now you don't have to select this right off the bat. You can pick downloadable product, but if you do have a classic retail product, it's not going to change anything. We just change a few basic settings for you. You can always change them later if you don't select this right off the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and call this my custom download, and I'll just give it a SKU of download. So we're just going to essentially set up a basic download product. Now let's say this is $19.95. Now one thing for images, a lot of people don't have something for downloads. So a lot of people are like, well, can I skip down the image? And you do still need a good image. And what I always recommend is somebody create either a logo or a nice box, something to represent the image. Because images are used throughout the e-commerce system. It's used in the shopping cart, it's used on emailers. It's very critical to have imagery, even though your product, let's say as a download, doesn't really have an image. So all I've done is I've created a downloadable product. Let's go ahead and create it and edit this. Now once you're inside here, of course you can do all the basic things, activate it, give it a good description. This is my download. You can see under images we've installed that. Of course you can mess with all the other things in here. You know, there are some basic settings that we go ahead and change for this as a download. For example, packaging. Most of the time downloads don't have any weights and heights, so we set those to 0. Shipping, we usually turn shipping off for downloadable products. And so that little first wizard, that's what it's doing, is just setting up some of these basics. If you want to have it taxable, then you would need to come in here and say, yeah, my downloadable product is taxable. Depends on your situation there. We can keep on going down here, let's say into the download options. Now this is really the key area for a downloadable product. If you have a retail product, this is going to be slid off. But as a download, this is where all the action happens in the download options. So I'm going to turn it on. And what we can do is we can set up where we want this to be fed from. Now you have two locations with EasyCart. You can feed your download from your own server, which is your WordPress site. And that works great for small files. It's probably recommended to do this because it's easiest. We also have Amazon S3. Now Amazon S3 servers are more powerful. It offloads the download process to their servers, so it's not taxing your WordPress site. So if you have, let's say, a whole gigabyte video that you sell, you may want to download using Amazon S3 instead of your own server, because you get 10 people downloading, it can really tax things. So for ease in small files, you want to use my server. If you're going to have really big things or a lot of people really slamming away on your server, then it's probably worth setting up Amazon S3. A word of caution with Amazon S3, it does take quite a bit of setup, and we have a guide for that to do. So in this case I'm just going to use my server, and it just says what file do you want to serve your users. Now let's say you have multiple files. In this case, I just have, let's say, one file, and I zip it up into a zip so it's compressed. If you have 10 files, or a CD of music, or a whole bunch of PDFs, you should zip it up into one file so that your users just get that one download. That way you can serve anything. And I know a lot of browsers are becoming more and more critical of what they can open. So executables and Microsoft Excel files, it's best to put them in a zip file because they'll be a little bit more secure and a little more compatible with people downloading. So in this case, I just have a temporary zip file here. This is my custom download. I just named it whatever, and I'm going to go ahead and upload this. Now you got a couple options down here too. One of them is maximum downloads. And this is a great security tool. You might want to set this to something like 10 or 20 or 5. This is just the number of times the user can download the item before it locks them out. And this way, if somebody did hack into their system, if somebody did get the user's email and password or their account, and they start just passing it around and downloading it, it'll lock up after 10 downloads. So it's a little bit of a nice feature so that you don't just get somebody going rogue giving away their account. You can also do this with expiration dates. You can set it up in seconds based on days or weeks, and then after that, if the user hasn't downloaded it, go ahead and lock it out, and so they would have to contact you, and I'll show you how they fix that afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is just max downloads of 10. I'm going to go ahead and update this, and let's take a look at this product. If I come back over, I've got my custom download. You'll notice I can open it. You can configure this however you want, with a short description and a better description than what we have. But I'm going to go ahead and just purchase this so you can see the process. So I'm going to add it to my cart. I'll get rid of this other item in here. I'm going to go ahead and go to checkout. Just got some demo data in here. Now with downloads, users are going to be required to have an account. A lot of people say, well, I'd like my customers just to kind of check out as a guest user. With downloads, they can't come out as a guest user because they have to go into their account to download it. For security reasons, we never send links in an email. That's because it's unsecure. People will pass around their accounts, and you don't want to just have an open link to your product. So we require users to log in, and that way we can control their downloads. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a test card here. So users do have to create the account. When they're done, they're going to see continue shopping. They'll be able to view their orders. But with downloads, they're also going to see view downloads here. And all this does is take them to their customer account. Now you can see I'm in my account, and I can see the order here. I've got 0 out of 10 downloads have been used. And if I click this, I will get a download, and I've got my zip file. So this will appear as long as the order is confirmed. If you put an order status on hold, let's jump over here and take a look at this, what this looks like in the order side. So I've got this order that's come in, and we can see some information here on the download. But if I switch the order to order on hold, and I come back over here as my user and refresh, they're not going to be able to download because of this status. So that's a good thing to recognize. If it goes into a third-party pending status or a card denied, they won't be able to get that order. As long as it's confirmed or card approved or it's shipped, users will be able to see that download button. Just like that. Now, you as an administrator will see this in their order panel. You're going to see their basic order information along with their download, as well as the link that they're using. Now, you also have max downloads and a unique download ID right here. Now, you can go ahead and change this or manage downloads. Let's say somebody uses up all 10 of their accounts. You can come over to manage downloads, and this is order 5006. So here's order 5006. It's been downloaded one time. I can edit this, and I could come in here and I could reset the download count to 0. So if they eventually maxed out, I could also customize this user's download if I needed to, and I could also switch this to an Amazon download should we need to. So you've got some order management here, which is great. If you, for example, limited it by time and gave them 3 days, you could change the date created as well, so that it opens the download back up for the user in case they have some kind of security issue and whatnot. So that's how you create downloads. It's a pretty nice system. It's all automated. Again, if you want to create something like this, all you do is go to products, and on your product, let me open one up. You're going to find all the relevant information down here under download options. Add your file, and you can serve it from your server or from Amazon S3, and you can then push out a download. And it's all automated. It works great this way, and it's fairly secure for your downloads. Now let me show you the last piece, which was if you do want to use Amazon S3, you will have to set this up, and you'll set it up under settings and third-party integrations, and right over here you'll see Amazon 3 setup. Okay, and there's quite a bit of setup to walk through here. You need your key, your secret, your download bucket, all of this information. You might be wondering, well, how do I get this information? We do have a how-to guide. You can come over here to our how-to section on our documents, and we do have Amazon 3 setup. And this guide is going to walk you through how to go out to Amazon, how to create the bucket, how to set permissions. Amazon makes it very difficult to kind of walk through, so you might have to read the directions a couple times, but it is a nice system once you can automate that and use Amazon S3 for your distribution. So if you have large downloads, I would say anything over 100 megs, you might want to look towards the Amazon 3 setup. So that's how you create downloads. Watch our other videos. We talk about how to create subscriptions, memberships, gift cards, donations. EasyCart can literally do any of them. And so we'll look for you in the other videos. Thank you.